quick little shop update and a little explanation why I haven't done hardly anything yet this year. Yeah, it's been rough. I'll explain right after this. I'm Rick, and this Shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. Nailed that for your sanity! This is the shack. Hello and welcome back to the shack. As I stated in the intro, I have an update as far as the shop / personal, talk a little bit about Harvey, and talk about a giveaway. Now I have to apologize up front. This video wasn't really due out yet. I published a video unknowingly and it got viewed by some people and they made comments, so I'm going to tell you right now, if you watch that video, you don't have to watch this. This is an update to that video. Your comments are safe, and I'll leave it at that. So you don't have to worry about anything, you're good. Unfortunately, the editing software had an update, and when I updated everything, it changed some of my settings. Normally I have it to private because I upload the videos, I watch them, make my notes, go back, re-edit. It was not supposed to go out yet. It did, unfortunately. But again, your comments are safe. So this is the end product of that video, re-edited. I thought this year was going to be different, and I don't know why or what happened. It just kind of snowballed and went downhill. In April, I lost my cousin who I had been ministering to for about a year. It was an amazing time. We kind of reconnected. Lord took her home in April. And now I'm kind of trying to deal with her children because there's a lot of division, dissension, or a whole bunch of turmoil in that family. And I just felt in my heart I needed to try to reunite them. In June, it was the last time we were in Mexico, I hurt my shoulder, this one. When I got home, I had much discomfort and it was bothering me. Couldn't even hardly move. I'd walk around like a pledging to allegiance. Went to the doctor, basically because I had started to gain a little mobility back, and he did some exercises and tested my range. And he says, well, it doesn't look like you actually tore the ligaments or muscle, did any major damage. You may have, best I can explain is like a hairline fracture. You didn't actually break a bone, you just had a hairline fracture, and that was enough just to cause inflammation and everything to hurt. And he goes, so you had a very minimal damage to it. So basically, I am on the sidelines, on the bench, unable to participate in any of the work in Mexico for the next 6 months because I cannot put any weight overhead. And everything we do down there now, because we finished the bathrooms when I injured this, everything is going back to the rooms and everything is overhead. Hanging ceiling joists, putting in insulation, hanging the drywall, mudding and taping is all overhead. So it's been devastating for me because I don't like to be put on the sidelines. I like to be there because of my stupid, weird, crazy analness. I don't think anybody else can do the job, even though I know people can. But now I'm forced to be sitting on the sidelines and have somebody else do it and guide them. And I just like, I want to get in there so I can get it done so we can finish and move on. I don't want to wait. So it's very, very hard for me, on top of me just having this slump, this depressed almost mood, that added to it and didn't help any. 2 other things happened since then, since June. My wife's company, she's been running for 20 years now, 25 years. Because of California's crap, is on the verge of being shut down because they're not allowing them to get any information on people, because in California, if you're a thug, lowlife, criminal, piece of junk, you got more rights than I do, who is a law-abiding citizen who actually follows the rule of law. I don't get any rights. You have all the rights. I'm the bad guy now. So it's forcing her to have less and less work because they have less and less ability to check on these bad people. California, just another reason why we are leaving. So with that, she's taking her frustrations and all the anxiety stuff onto me. I'm getting the front of it, and it's not doing me well. I'm already dealing with stuff, and I'm getting poured on by her now. That's not helpful. And unfortunately, it rode on me one day too much, and I said, piss on this. I am going to do this. I'm going to shut you up because I'm tired of you getting on my butt about it. I had laid the flooring in the living room, stopped in the dining room because I wasn't sure if I was going to continue with the same color or change it or do something different. I wasn't sure. Tore up a little bit of the linoleum. So I'm just kind of figuring something out. So she's riding me one day. When are you going to finish the dining room? It's like a motorcycle. They're two-strokers. You know, it's like, oh my God, I can't listen to this anymore. Okay, lost my light, battery went out. I am having such difficult time with this video. Ugh. My wife kind of rode me too much one day, and I just couldn't handle it, and I just let my anger get the best of me, and I just said, okay, I'm gonna shut you up. I'm gonna do this now. Went back in the lit dining room, got my measurements, went online, ordered the material, went back out to the dining room, got my utility knife and started slicing up the linoleum and pulling it up in like 4-foot wide strips, just ripping it up, rolling it up, taking it out to the trailer. And I got a bad shoulder, so I have to mind what I do. So I was using my back and just holding on to it, kind of lifting up like that, pulling it, and sometimes and I'm just mad. Going, I want to get this done. I'm going to rip it up and shut you up. I irritated something. I just thought it was using my back muscle, pulling things up. I wasn't sure, you know, maybe I'm using muscles I haven't used for a while, something different. I'm not on job sites or anything like that no more. I'm not laying floors every day or anything, so it's using the muscles that I don't normally use now. Next day, got up. I was very stiff, hurting a little bit. Went down to the store, picked up my material, loaded it on the cart, and I'm hurting. I'm like, oh man, I aggravated back worse than I thought, you know. Loading it up, check out, go out the truck, and I'm not one to ever usually have people ask because I'm still physically enough where I can lift the wood and do. But I put like 3 of these boxes in my truck, and I'm looking around like, is anybody around? Can they help me? I am in pain. It is hurting. Finish that up, get home. I almost died just trying to unload the truck. And I went ahead and put down 1 strip of the underlayment. I got to the point where I had like 2 more rows of the wood slats to lay down, and the 3rd row, the underlayment was maybe 4 inches out, so I couldn't put that 3rd row down or the final row without putting another strip of the underlayment down. So I figured, well, I'm just going to do these 2 rows, and I'll scatter that along the underlayment just so the cats or dogs or somebody walking don't kick it, tear it, do whatever, you know, with the cats or dogs to play with it and tear it and screw it up. So just scattered some pieces along. They're not connected, just lay them along the floor just so it's protected until I can get to it. Never happened. Went to bed that night, woke up in the middle of the night like someone stabbed me in the back with an ice pick in serious, excruciating pain. Your spinal cord is like the main highway for everything. You damage it, you can be paralyzed, one side, leg, left, right, neck down, whatever, you know. So if it gets damaged, you're screwed. And I really irritated the heck out of it. So I was literally in bed for 3 days, could barely move to get out. Finally was able with a lot of pain, grabbing my leg, pulling it, you know, tightening my core up so it doesn't move my back, grabbing my leg, kind of pulling it to get out of bed so I can finally walk, look like I've been working in the rice field for 80 years all over, grabbing things as I'm walking through the house so I don't fall or something. Oh, took me a good 8 days before I could stand up and walk around very slowly. It was terrible. I've never been in that situation before. So here I can't even come out, can barely move because I let my anger get the best of me. So I did something yanking that stuff up. It's been difficult, very, very difficult to say the least. I had originally planned to go to the IWF in Atlanta, Georgia. I've never been there. And mainly I went because I heard Jack Shu, the owner, CEO of Harvey Industries, was going to fly back out and go to that show. I had to be there because I have great respect for Mr. Shu. And after I pulled my back like I did, I had to cancel because I didn't think I was going to be able to withstand trying to make my way through the airport, get on that plane, fly to Atlanta, let alone walk around that show that is huge. I know just by looking at it and the floor plan, they are like twice the size of the show in Las Vegas. Literally the week before, I started feeling a little better. Again, I'm very robotic, very methodical, thinking, okay, I hear a noise, I can't just turn my neck real quick. It's like crashing, plane comes in the house, I have to slowly turn like, oh, okay, the plane came into my house. I can't react fast, I have to be very cautious right now. Started feeling better, so I thought, depending how I feel Wednesday, maybe Thursday, if I think I can go, then I'm going to go back online and see about booking me some flights and stuff. Well, my wife, because of her anxieties and wondering about the future of her company, started riding my ass about even going. Well, okay, to appease her, I said I wouldn't go. But then that week, right before the show, I started thinking sometimes when you're in a slump, you're a little depressed, you're in the mood, have no drive, have no desire to do anything, sometimes you need a change of scenery. You need some inspiration, you need to go do something. So if you ever get in those positions, you have to get out and do something, go somewhere, get away from your normal surroundings, change it up so hopefully you can get reinvigorated, have inspiration, do whatever. So I said, you know what, I have to go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going there. I'm going to the show for 2 days instead of 3 days and then go up to Tennessee. I have to at least go because again, Mr. Shu is going to be there. I have to go there because I want to see him again. Thursday night evening, I booked everything. Last minute almost, but I had to do it. Go to the show, not knowing where Harvey is at. I just looked at this diagram. These are my 4 buildings. I'm going to start here in building A and work my way to building A, B, I think they had a building in the middle that was actually B, C, and then C. Yeah, A, B, B, C, and C. Started walking through within first 20 minutes, I come around the corner, whoa, there's Harvey already right here at the beginning. So I went in there, checked out some of the new stuff, and I am amazed, and I do mean amazed, what Harvey innovations are. And I absolutely love the new tops for the table saw, band saws. They have this nickel plating. It is actually dipped. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I'm gonna give you a little thing right now. The 10 coat for Harvey was like 3 microns. And I was talking to the guy there and I asked him, okay, have you guys ever did a test and figured the thickness of this coating now, since you dip it and just not have it coated on, you actually dipping it because it's nickel plated top and bottom. The whole trunnions nickel plated. The top and bottom of the tabletops are nickel plated. It's completely dipped. That's better. It's like dipping your chrome in your cars. It's a much better method than this, just this dusting on top. And they said they gather it to be about 30 plus microns versus 3 to 30. Okay, if this is 3, this is 30. Amazing, amazing, and that is going to give you serious longevity and major protection of any rust whatsoever. No matter what your climate you live in, that's the tabletop for you now. Found Mr. Shu, shook his hand, talked with him a little bit, and went ahead and went through some more of the show. It took me 5 hours of nonstop walking. Maybe you stop a little bit, maybe grab a pamphlet or something, walk a little bit more. I always walk the first day, then I come back and stop to places I have interest in, and I talk to the vendors a little bit more. But the first day is just seeing what's all there. I want to make my way through it all. 5 hours it took me just to mingle through. That's a lot of walking. Went back to Harvey, sat there for about an hour and a half because it was by 3:30, I think. And I got back there, and they had a Harvey night after show extravaganza, and yeah, I'm going to be there. I'll be there. I'll see you guys there. Went back to the hotel, cleaned up a little bit, and walked back over there. It's not, like I said, 7/10 of a mile from my hotel to where their hotel in the conference center was. 15-minute walk back over there, had a fantastic night. And link up here, please check that out. I was actually in a Harvey video. I am completely blown away. I don't like attention drawn to me, I was amazed I was in there. I can sit there and talk with you like this, talk to anybody else at the show or anything, one-on-one like this, give me a mic, put me out in front of a crowd, and it's like, I don't know what to say. I don't freeze it, but I just don't like it. I'm very, very uncomfortable. So, you know, at Harvey night, they actually was going around to people giving the mic to, and I kept moving, and they'd go find somebody, and I'd move. I'm like, don't you dare give me the mic. I don't do this. This is not me. I am private, even though I do this, but I am behind the scene. I'm not out in a crowd. No, I don't want the attention. These other guys are much better. And they finally hunt me down, and like, I really didn't know what to say. Let's start talking about some other things and start wrapping this up. Going to the show, as you can see, I'm putting out this video, so I have gotten out of that slump a little bit, and I'm at least going to try to get this video out. Because back in, when was it? April. I think April. About the same time I lost my cousin. So back in April, May, April, I did this project. That is my tote storage rack. Everybody was building them, and I didn't want to do it, but something about it intrigued me. My curiosity got the best of me, so I thought I would try it, because I build shelves completely different from this, and after building this, I would never build it like this again, because basically you're stuck to that size tote. If those totes don't become available, that rack is useless. So what I do differently with my other ones, I'll explain in that video, gives me more versatility. I can use 17 gallon, 27 gallon, 40 gallon, turn them sideways, longer, taller. I mean, so many more opportunities, and I can throw other totes on if these are no longer available. So to me, it's a much better, more versatile style of a shelf versus this one. But I thought I would try it because I just wanted to see what all the hype was about. I will never build another one like that. So if you have ever started the project, at what point during that process did you realize this is way overkill, maybe this is way too much, or you just thought, what the heck did I get myself into? I want to know, and let us all know in the comment section below. After because I am so very visual, have to lay these things out, put wood next to it, get measurements, so I know it's going to work, because if I just measure it, I'm thinking the whole way, second guessing everything, will this actually work? So I have to see it before I start to make sure I'm comfortable with it, and I have to check it out a couple steps on the way just to make sure it's going correctly. It's just the way I am, very, very visual. Got all my measurements, go down to the hardware store, start buying the lumber. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of lumber, very costly. Come home, start cutting the wood. Once I got not even halfway done with the lumber cutting, I looked at that and I realized this is serious overkill. This is way too much, but I can't scrap it. I gotta suck it up, and I gotta see this through the end. It took me a little over 2, almost 3 weeks, because at that time we were having rainstorms. I had no room in here. I was trying to do it outside because it's tall enough it wouldn't fit under my patio, so I had to be outside, framing it, setting it up, checking, so I had to do it in between rains and stuff, so it took longer. Again, I would never do it that way, ever, ever again. If you're subscribed, make sure you have that notification bell rung, click on it, make sure everything's kosher. That way when that video comes out, you can be notified and you can check it out. So I'm going to attempt to do a couple of small projects. In this picture, you see a stack of wood. I've had that stack of wood in my shop for a good 15 plus years, maybe 20 years. I've used it mainly for firewood when I used to go on four-wheeling trips with my father-in-law and his Jeep club, because it's perfect wood, it's very dry. Get the axe, chop it down in little sections, make splinters out of it, basically for kindling. It was perfect kindling wood to get the fire going. Well, I've used about not quite half of it, and that's what's left. So the last 2 months, I've been trying to figure out what I can do with it. I gotta utilize it, use that wood, make something simple so I can just sell it and get rid of the stuff out of my shop. I thought about maybe making picture frames. I thought, wow, that could actually work. But more I looked at it, you see here in the picture the edge. Not all edges are the same. I don't know what these things came from, but the edges are varied, all of them. Because I was thinking if I cut a 45, put that 45 together, that live edge is not going to me. It's all going to be different. So I don't know. I might try it anyway just to see, cut a 45, put them together, and see if I sand that joint a little bit, maybe I can get it to blend together, but it's just more work. I don't know if I want to do that. And, I mean, that's a lot of wood. I could probably make a couple hundred frames out of that stuff, so that's a lot of work to do. I'll figure something out. And then I started thinking, well, what if I just glue a bunch of them together and make panels? So I'm trying to figure out the best way to save as much as that wood without cutting a whole lot off. I thought I had enough. I didn't grab enough, but I had enough to do 3.5 panels. I could make something out of it, and I thought, I know exactly what I'm going to use these for, so I'm going to have to go back and do some more of these. I'm going to make this. This is a official regulation size home plate of the National Baseball League. My cousin's daughter, one of her sons, is a phenomenal baseball player. As you see in that picture, this was when he first received it. That's how many championship rings he has, because he does a lot of tournaments. Very, very good baseball player. Well, now he's got enough to fill almost 3 of those, so I have to make 2 more. I just haven't had a chance to get out here with everything going on, and my mindset hasn't been such to get out here and to do anything. So this is a perfect little project to get me kind of jump started, to get back out here, do these, get these things built. I can use this wood and get rid of it and utilize it for this. But this one I want to change up and have lights in it possibly. So the original one, that the picture you saw I built, I'll put a link to that up there. Once that is done and I get the editing done on the other video, I got one more to do. If you know who Stumpy Nubs is, he is a big Harvey person also. Again, I wish I would have stayed one more day, because I did want to talk to him about something on a build I want to do, because I purchased, let me go on a little rant real quick. I don't get free stuff. This is the plans for the adjustable router bit rack. Okay, everything in there. $8. I paid for this. I don't get stuff for free. I don't ask stuff for free. I don't get table saws for free. I don't get band saws for free. I don't get this stuff for free. I pay for everything I have. The only thing I did once I got some videos that had a little rapport going with the Harvey, I asked for a deal on that bandsaw, and I paid $2,000 for it. My money, cash, $2,000. A few months back, they had it on sale for $2,000, so I really didn't get a good deal, which I thought I did. Maybe I should have went for $1,500. That would have been a good deal. Or maybe I'm gonna talk to him about trading that in and getting a new one and see what I can work. So when I see these videos of guys and they talk about the Harvey saw, and especially the ones who got it for free, and it's taken them months to get a video out because they're just too busy with everything else, to me, I'm sorry, it's disrespectful. If someone is going to give me that kind of a product for free that costs that much, that's going to be priority. I mean, what I've gotten, I got a few things for free. I got a really nice laser level set. When I get those, that becomes priority to get it out. I have to start using it. Everything else gets put aside. I have to fidget with it, play with it, hands-on with it, test it in different situations, see how I like it, and then I put the video up. But that becomes priority. I would never put that on the side and sit there for a year, 6, 7 months before I got a video out, because they're entrusting in me something, and I take that with great respect. So I kind of ticks me off when these guys say, oh yeah, I got this for free, you know, and I just couldn't get to it for this many long time. That's disrespectful. That should have been priority. When you're getting thousands of dollars a tool for free, that should be priority, and that's my little pinch. So I paid for these, and what I wanted to do, I wanted to talk to Snubby about this, because I want to change it up, because I am visual. Instead of having the little blocks that set in here and the router bits sitting out this way, just sticking this way, hanging horizontal, not vertical, horizontal, I need to figure out a way, especially the profile bits with different designs, I need to see what that design looks like on a piece of wood. When I was talking about this in the last video before I re-edited this, I thought, well, wait a minute. Let's say it's a 2-inch, 2x2 square block that sits on here. The router bit sits on there. I can have a 1-inch by 2-inch, just 1 inch wide, with the profile on it kind of sandwiched next to it or glued to it, so it's just one piece, but the router sticks out this way, so still sticking out this way, but right next to it I have somewhat of the profile on so I can see what it looks like, because looking at a bit don't tell me jack. I need to see what that profile looks like on wood. So that was a little real aha moment I had, like, whoa, I could probably do it that way. But again, it's going to take away from the overall storage capability because it's going to add that little piece on each one of those. But still, I'm gonna have to do it that way because I am visual, I need that. So that's another video I'm going to come out with, and this is like a couple hundred bits, and I may have 75 bits here. So I'm going to design mine half the width of that because it's like 3 or 4 feet wide. I'm going 2 foot. I think that's what it is. I think it's 4 feet wide and I'm going 2 foot. I don't have that many, and I can always build another one 2 foot if I need expansion. It makes it simple. I don't want this huge thing when I don't have the room for it. I'll make it smaller and I'll add to it as needed. So that's another video. Last but not least, ding, 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 Super Clean. Yes, Super Clean. Third time they've contacted me and asked if I would like to give away some of the product, and I am all for that. I would love to do that. This picture right here, those are mine. I purchased. I buy this stuff at O'Reilly's because I like it. It does well. I use it to do the engines on my car. If they get a little dirty, I'll spray it. I'm kind of anal, like them clean. Spray this on, degrease them, clean them. I use it for the wheels. I can use it on my table saw blade, use it on router blades. If they get gummy, spray that on. Toothbrush, scrub them clean, wipe them dry. Never put water on that stuff. Don't want rust. Wipe them dry, maybe squirt a little bit of WD-40. It's just something that I do. Kind of weird, I know, but I do that and I store them. That way they're not dry, not getting elements. At least that WD-40 is like a coating on it, keep them from getting any moisture or anything on it. It's just something I've always done. It's just a weird trait of me. If you want to enter in the drawing to receive, and this, I was surprised. This just arrived yesterday in the mail. And my wife goes, what that? I said, I have no idea. I didn't order nothing. Opened it up. It was Super Clean. They sent me these 3 samples and the sticker. So like, wow, I already got that product that you saw in the picture and I got some more. So I'm supplied now. I'm good. So you may get this and a sticker. The very first time I did this, I got a hat. So you never know what you're going to get from Super Clean. But if you like your engines in your vehicles clean, if you like the oils and stuff and the brake dust you get on your tires and wheels, this clean, they have one just for that. It's like this, but it's one that has a wheel on it. It's for your wheels. The main things I use this for are my cars, wheels, and engine, cleaning the windows in the house and shop, and cleaning the blades on my router and my table saws. To enter in the comment section below, if you make a comment or anything, put enter, like the very first word, enter, then make your comment, or when you made your comment at the very end, put enter. Anyway, you have to have enter to be entered in the drawing. So you have to put the word enter. If you don't put the word enter, you won't be entered. You understand? That's how I weed out people who actually follow directions. They just make a comment, don't put that word in, you're not going to be entered. Make sure you write the word enter if you want to be entered. Enter. That's everything. Struggles, getting over the struggles, trying to get back into the swing of things, a couple of small projects, a giveaway, but I have to take it slow. I have to also get out here and at least start doing things. We are done. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Take back. Check now for your sanity. A lot going on. This has been a long video, but I'm just trying to get everything out there. I know people have struggles. Sometimes you just have to get a change of scenery to get that motivation back, to get that drive back, at least to try to start to get back to normal. We will see you next video.